are lots of questions that I think people might have, but let me ask this. You talked about the sort of the observation at Cairo that maybe the cream had already been skimmed off this problem. The quick wins had been had, and that now we were going to be moving into the hard yards of making progress on family planning agenda. But we talk a lot, and one reads a lot now, about the 250 million women who have unmet need, which is a very safe place for us to be. One could debate about whether it's a good or a right, or whether we should decouple family planning, reproductive health from other things, or see it in a broader context. But you don't even have to go down those roads if you sort of stay in that safe place around the 200 or so million women who apparently have an unmet need for contraception.
Right.
And good things will result from them having access to that. Is that idea discredited now? Is that not a profound idea? Is it not true? Should we not be acting on that? How do we look at that number?
Yeah, I don't think it's a discredited idea by any means, and it certainly is used quite a lot, you know, within our field as evidence of you know, as evidence of the ability to have in a totally voluntary way to meet the needs of people as well as achieve some other objectives that others may have. So it's definitely out there. I think that, and I definitely think it's something that we should really emphasize, you know, even much more than we do. It somehow hasn't become a public cri de coeur, you know, it hasn't, you don't hear it, you hear it in professional circles, it really hasn't been a messaged kind of a thing in the broader public, and so, but I think we have to do it. I think that the problem is, you know, the problem is to some extent that the other change that we have, you know, from the 60s and in the 60s and 70s, you know, we had a different kind of, just speaking in America, you know, we had a very different kind of society in terms of the goals of the vast majority of people in this country. From post-World War II on, the goal has been smaller families. And family planning has been a boon, and greater acceptance of relationships even outside of marriage ensued. So family planning was the positive thing to do. We now live in a more conservative, world. And so, well, that's number one. Number two, facts don't drive anything. They don't drive anything. I mean, we sit around, all of us, and we say, oh, if people only understood that women are dying in unsafe abortions, they would be with us. Or if people understood family, you know, 215 million women, blah, 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 they would be with us. And so the question of how you inspire populations or leaders to take on certain issues has got to go be, it's not fact, it's not enough. Every minister of health knows the cost of not spending their own money on family planning. Every minister of health knows the cost of illegal abortion in their country. Going in and giving them more facts is not going to work. And so the challenge, you know, in the same way as we had this paradigm shift that had some success at Cairo, the question is what is the visionary paradigm shift